And my number two is someone that I think a lot of people will have number one, but it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They returned all 22 starters from last season, but they were sixth in yards last season, eighth in points, and fifth in DVOA, which means that a lot of people that have them as being the league's best defense, you're not crazy. I have them at number two, right? But maybe we're overrating that playoff run a little bit. Their defense was monstrous. Their defense ate people alive, especially their front seven. But at the same time, they faced a lot of depleted offensive lines, especially against the Packers and definitely the Chiefs. They still came up and showed took care of business. They took care of business, and you can only play the players in front of you. That out the way, Devin White, monster year, had 140 tackles, 9 sacks. They spent a first-round pick on edge rusher Joe Tyron. In this first 3 seasons, Vita Vea, huge monster. He started a lot of games, had 73 tackles, hit the quarterback 19 times, had 7.5 sacks, 3 pass breakups. I think this is a guy that last year he was hurt a lot, but came in at the end of things and for the playoff run and definitely gave a boost to their defense. Sue, we all know what Ndamukong Suh is. Like, this dude is a monster. He's getting up there in age, but he does not seem to be waning in talent. Man, this guy had 44 tackles, 6 sacks, a forced fumble, 2 passes defended, 50 quarterback pressures, according to Pro Football Focus. So he is still not at the top of his game, but at the top of the game. Their pass rush is always going to be elite. Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett. JPP is the guy who doesn't need 10 digits to make the offense feel it. And he had 9.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions last year. You cannot sleep on that type of production. Shaq Barrett added another 9 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Whether or not this secondary can match the production up front is going to be the key X factor for this defense this season. Now we know a good pass rush will always make your secondary look better because the quarterback has less time to throw. I'm curious to see if they can replicate the playoff success that they had again during the regular season this year. But one thing we know is that this team has a lot of familiarity with each other. They're locked in and they're looking for a repeat season. Now,